Discomfort is one of the first signals we learn to mistrust, not because it is wrong, but because it is inconvenient. It interrupts momentum. It complicates plans. It asks questions when answers aren't ready. So most people don't listen to it. They learn to manage it instead. Discomfort rarely arrives loudly. It doesn't announce itself as a warning. It shows up as restlessness, as tension, as a vague sense that something is off, small enough to dismiss, easy enough to postpone. And so it is. Early on, discomfort feels negotiable. You feel tired, but you push through. You feel uneasy, but you stay polite. You feel resistance, but you remind yourself it's temporary. Each time, nothing collapses, and that teaches a quiet lesson. Ignoring discomfort has no immediate consequences. The brain notices this, not consciously, but through repetition. It learns that discomfort doesn't require action, only tolerance. Over time, the signal weakens, not because it disappears, but because it stops being taken seriously. Discomfort becomes background noise, something to endure while life continues. You tell yourself, this is normal. Everyone feels this way. It's not that bad. And maybe it isn't. That's what makes it effective. What's rarely acknowledged is that discomfort is not just emotional. It is physical. A tightening in the chest, a shallow breath, a subtle urge to leave. When these signals are ignored repeatedly, the body adapts. It stops escalating. It conserves energy. This is how numbness begins. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but as a practical adjustment. At this stage, life can look perfectly functional. Routines are maintained. Responsibilities are met. Nothing appears obviously wrong. But something important has shifted. Discomfort no longer guides behavior. It has been reclassified as irrelevant. This is why people stay longer than they should, in jobs that drain them, in relationships that no longer fit, in identities that feel outdated. Not because they are unaware, but because awareness no longer carries weight. By the time discomfort becomes impossible to ignore, it often arrives distorted, as anxiety without a source, as exhaustion without a cause, as irritability that feels unjustified. The original signal is buried, only the residue remains. At this point, people often look for solutions: productivity, distraction, optimization. But the issue isn't efficiency, it's translation. The signal was never decoded. Discomfort was never meant to be eliminated. It was meant to inform, to mark boundaries, to signal misalignment, to indicate that something needs attention. When that function is lost, people don't feel pain less, they feel direction less. This is why self-abandonment feels gradual. It doesn't begin with losing yourself. It begins with losing trust in what your own discomfort is trying to say. Hidden patterns don't control behavior by force. They work by quiet agreement. And one of the earliest agreements people make is this: that discomfort is something to endure, not something to listen to. This is what hidden patterns reveals.